Hey everyone, I just bought some books from Asia Pack Books, a book publisher and seller based here in Singapore. So they publish mostly books relating to Asian culture, folklore and history and Singapore. So some of the books here I have are on Singapore. This is Kopitiam, this is on Singapore Life. The Legend of Ma Zhu, this is on some Chinese legend. Elizabeth Choi, her story, and this is the book that I'm going to review today, On the Street in Singapore. This book is authored by James Suresh, who happens to be the co-creator of this very popular comic book character here in Singapore called Mr. Kiasu, and the artist for this book is Syed Ismail. Oh, they actually have the CEO of Singapore Tourism Board to write the foreword, so very obviously this book is targeted at tourists, but for those who are based here in Singapore, you can enjoy this book as well because the drawings are wonderful and there are many interesting things about our life and culture and history of Singapore. So this is life like before independence, that's 1965, and the book also covers life after independence and life today. So you can see how the country developed, how life was like back then. Life was very simple, and well, all these school buses. Back then, those school buses were not air conditioned, and I'm pretty sure it's very hot and sweaty to sit in the bus because I was on those buses back then as well. Oh, this book also has a list of places to go and things to see, so you can actually just use this book as a tourist guide. Yeah, so all these places that are listed in the book definitely are worth checking out. If you are in Singapore and you have not been to all these places, please go to all these places and take a look. I really like the drawings. Very well drawn, and these are not very simple illustrations. It looks like a lot of effort was put into draw all this. And I like the comic characters as well. Very lively drawing, and the drawings are able to capture the places really well. Chapter 3, where locals hang out. The Void Deck. The Void Deck is actually this open space below public housing blocks. So it's quite a big space. Some residents, they do hang out there, but most of the time it's actually empty. It's not so crowded like this. And it's very spacious and it's very airy because it's just these pillars supporting the residential block which is above. You can actually see through to the end of the block. But the thing is, with recent public housing, the void deck doesn't really look like this anymore. It looks like a maze, and it's very difficult to find your way around a maze. Maybe I should make a video on void decks in the future. So sometimes you can see Malay and Indian weddings held in the void deck, which is really cool. I find that really cool. Malay barber, so they actually cover a lot of things. The Mama Shop. The Mama Shop is the equivalent of a 7-Eleven except without the air conditioning. Yeah, and unlike the 7-Eleven where you can actually walk in the store, all the necessities that are being sold at the Mama Shop, they are actually displayed out front in front of the store. So if you are a tourist, you can actually learn a lot about Singapore through these very simple comics and drawings. Oh, okay. Chapter 4, What to Eat. Singapore has a lot of fantastic food. And you can use this this book as a checklist to eat all the food. And the food prices here in Singapore are pretty reasonable relative to the cost of living. So for 3 to 4 Singapore dollars, you can eat a lot. You can eat like a full meal. But that pricing will depend on where you are. So if you live in the neighborhood areas where residents live, food is more affordable. But if you are in the city area, food is going to be more expensive. Maybe about 2 times more expensive, but still more affordable compared to other countries, especially Japan, USA, definitely Europe. But compared to other Asian countries, of course, the food prices can be considered higher. Oh, okay, this is a interesting practice that you can sometimes see here in Singapore. Reserving tables at hawker centers. So some people like to reserve empty tables using packs of tissue paper, or sometimes they use their name cards, sometimes they use their company pass or umbrella. Basically, they would just put the item on the table to so-called reserve the table, so that when they go and buy their food and come back, they have a seat to sit. I find this practice really annoying. All right, yeah, because I find the practice annoying because it's exactly as what you see here in this comic. When you buy food, you see all the empty tables around with all these tissue packs, but you cannot sit at the seats because they are so-called reserved. That's why I find this practice really annoying. Right, I'm not sure how many pages there are in this book, but it's quite thick. The last chapter is on picking up Singlish. Singlish is a form of non-standard English spoken by the locals. Singlish is a variation of English. It's a colloquial English in Singapore. There is Singlish vocabulary and slang and accent. So when we are overseas, when Singaporeans are traveling overseas and they hear someone else speak Singlish, it's a sure sign that that person is from Singapore. Singlish is actually quite similar to the way Malaysians speak as well. Just that we coined the way we speak as Singlish. So these are some vocabulary you can learn and impress your Singapore friends. Yeah, so if you speak Singlish to your Singapore friends, they will be very impressed. Oh, they have a yoursingapore.com logo here. So this book is definitely approved by the Singapore Tourism Board. I really enjoyed this book. More specifically, I really like the drawings. At the time of this video, this book is priced at 18 Singapore dollars, not inclusive of shipping. You can get this book directly through Asia Pac Books website. The link will be in the video description below if you are interested to get one for yourself. Alright, thanks for watching and do check out my other book reviews as well. See you in the next video. Bye!